Did you know about the baby tiger that got lost in a zoo? Picture a bustling zoo, teeming with a myriad of exotic creatures, each with their own tales to tell. Among them, a baby tiger, a recent addition whose story is as captivating as his adorable, striped visage. Born under the watchful eyes of dedicated zookeepers, this little cub was the zoo's newest delight. Day by day, he captured hearts with his playful antics, his curious eyes exploring every nook and cranny of his enclosure. But one fateful day, the unexpected happened. Our little hero managed to slip past the watchful eyes of his human caretakers and out of his enclosure. His absence was soon noticed, and a wave of concern swept across the zoo. The zoo, once buzzing with delight, was now filled with a quiet tension. Zookeepers, staff, and visitors alike found themselves bound by a shared mission. And so began the search for the missing baby tiger. The zookeepers were in a frenzy. The baby tiger was nowhere to be found. A wave of panic swept through the entire zoo staff as they realized the little striped feline had somehow managed to slip away from his enclosure. The frantic search began, with every corner of the zoo being scoured. Their minds raced with concern for the well-being of the tiny creature, who was still too young to fend for himself in this man-made jungle of concrete and steel. Simultaneously, a sense of dread hung over them like a heavy fog. They were all too aware of the potential danger that a loose tiger, albeit a baby, could pose to the unsuspecting zoo visitors. The zookeepers knew they had to act swiftly and efficiently to ensure the safety of everyone involved. But the search was proving to be more challenging than they had anticipated. This little tiger was no ordinary cub. He was a clever little one, full of surprises. But the baby tiger was clever, and he was not ready to be found just yet. While the zoo was in chaos, the baby tiger was having the time of his life. Our baby tiger was far from scared or lost. In fact, he was on a grand adventure, exploring the vast expanse of the zoo. His world had suddenly grown much larger than the confines of his enclosure, and he was eager to take full advantage of it. This was his personal playground, a wonderland filled with fascinating sights, sounds and smells. He discovered the cool, refreshing water of the flamingo pond, where he splashed about with delight, sending the pink birds scattering in a flurry of feathers. He playfully stalked the peacocks, their vibrant tails fanned out in a display of colours he had never seen before. The peacocks squawked and fled, leaving the tiger cub rolling with laughter in the dust. In the quiet corners of the zoo, he encountered the slower, gentler creatures. The tortoises with their ancient, wise eyes watched him curiously as he pounced at their slow-moving feet. The baby tiger, fascinated by their hard shells, spent a good part of the afternoon trying to coax them out for a game of chase. This zoo, his zoo, was teeming with life and excitement. Every corner held a new surprise, a new friend to meet, but amidst the fun, there were also close calls. The zookeepers, frantic with worry, were searching high and low for him. Several times he narrowly escaped their grasp, darting into the shadows just in time. He was quick and clever, always one step ahead, but his mischievous antics couldn't go unnoticed forever. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the zoo, our little tiger felt a twinge of exhaustion. His day of freedom had been thrilling, but it was also tiring. He missed the safety and comfort of his enclosure, the familiar scent of his mother. But all good things must come to an end, and for our little tiger, his adventure was nearing its end. As the sun began to set, the baby tiger was finally found. The joy in the air was palpable, the relief overwhelming. The zookeepers, with their hearts brimming with happiness, embraced the little adventurer, their eyes glistening with unshed tears of joy. The baby tiger, too, seemed to understand the moment, his eyes reflecting a sense of comfort, a sense of home. His playful purrs echoed around, adding a melodious note to the symphony of joyous laughter and relieved sighs. The entire zoo seemed to breathe a collective sigh of relief. The ordeal was over, but it left behind important lessons. Measures were immediately put in place to ensure the safety of our furry friends. Regular checks, improved enclosures, and a vigilant eye became the new norm. The incident served as a reminder of our responsibility to protect these beautiful creatures. And so our baby tiger was back where he belonged, safe and sound, but with a tale of adventure to last a lifetime.